What's good, y'all? Tristan here, and today I'd like to share with you the 10 things that shocked me the most about Turkey. First up is the amount of stray cats and dogs on the streets there. Literally everywhere you go, you'll see stray cats and dogs, particularly cats walking around the streets. Istanbul is actually known as the city of cats, and the reason for this is because there's over 300,000 of them walking around. But what I think shocked me more than the number of them was how the locals cared for them. You'll see kids playing with them, you'll see them petting them, they're always feeding them, giving them little bowls of water. These cats and dogs don't feel like they're wild, left for dead animals at all. They feel more like they are like community animals, like animals of the city. Animals that everyone cares for. It's really sweet, actually. Now, the second thing that surprised me about Turkey was how progressive they were. I was expecting Turkey to be more like Middle Eastern countries like Saudi Arabia per se. Very conservative, women don't have as many rights. I also expected them to be more judgmental of other ways of life, but that wasn't the case at all. Turkish people are super open to all ways of life. They believe religion and beliefs are very personal and shouldn't be pushed on others. Something I didn't even realize until going there is that Turkey's actually trying to become part of the EU. They've applied and they do some things more like European style, but at the same time they also do have their roots and have some more Middle Eastern ways about them, but I do feel like it's kind of like a hybrid between like typical Western Europe and the Middle East. And a bit related to that is number 3, and I will say of all the things, this one definitely shocked me the most. And that was on 3 different occasions in my short time in Istanbul, I saw same-sex couples showing affection for each other in public. Whether it was just holding hands while walking or sitting on a bench with like arm and head on the other. I was not expecting this at all from a mostly Muslim country, but as I said before, they are more progressive there. While gay marriage isn't legal there, it goes back to the whole what I said earlier about just not being judgmental. It's definitely not to the same level as some Western countries, but it was far more than I expected. And number 4, the 4th thing that shocked me about Turkey is how patriotic they are. Being from America, I thought being super patriotic, always flying your flag everywhere was kind of an American thing, but I found out that is something we share with Turkey. They are super patriotic, super proud to be Turkish. I saw Turkish flags flying everywhere. And number 5, I was shocked by the stark contrast of both Western and Middle Eastern cultures being so closely together and intertwined. For example, 5 times a day they do the call to prayer. There's like someone singing through speakers placed all over the city. It's a thing in pretty much any Muslim country, and also in lots of really strict Muslim countries it's illegal to drink. Or if it's not illegal, then it's just really uncommon because a lot of Muslim people don't believe you should drink. But in Turkey, you'll be walking down the streets, the call to prayer is going on, and at the same time, you'll look to the side and you'll see people drinking beers in a pub while the call to prayer is going on. So it's just a really big mix in cultures, and I don't know, I wasn't expecting it at all. Now, the 6th thing that shocked me was that everywhere I went in Turkey, I felt like I only saw men. Despite women having equal rights and all that, I think it's just a lot more common for men to do typical manly things and for women to stay home and raise kids. I'm guessing that's the reason for this, but literally anywhere I go, like you'd be walking across a bridge and you see people fishing. All men fishing along the bridge. You go to any type of shop or restaurant, I felt like it was always men that were working. Even just walking down the streets, obviously there's women, but it was definitely more men. And lastly, you'll often see men in groups like playing games together, kind of like getting coffee, just hanging out as like groups of guys, and I never saw groups of girls just hanging out. I don't know why that is, but it surprised me, and it was just another thing I noticed about Turkey. And number 7, you might have known about this one, but that is their ice cream. Their ice cream there shocked me, because they don't just give it to you. They like to play with you with it, like, you know, play games with it. I'm sure you've seen it on like Instagram or TikTok or something. I'd seen it before, I just didn't realize that that was in Turkey, so that really surprised me, the way they play with your ice cream. Also, something about the ice cream that really surprised me was how hard it is. I guess in order to do that stuff, it's not like soft ice cream by any means. It's really like dense, hard ice cream, so like you can lick it, but like you almost need to like bite into it. I didn't bite into it. But whenever you're in Turkey, I highly recommend you get yourself some ice cream because it's just a fun experience. Alright, number 8. This one, it really shocked me. This was the first thing that shocked me about Turkey, because I was, right when I was flying into Istanbul, first place I was going, and I was in the plane and I saw all these lights. I was like, oh, there's Istanbul. And we kept on going and going and going, and we flew for like 30 more minutes before we landed, and the entire time we were flying over like dense populated city. I swear to God, Istanbul is the biggest city I've ever been to by far. Like just the feel of it, it feels so much bigger than like I've been to London, I've been to New York, it feels enormous. It just keeps on going on and on and on, like the city stretches over 2 different continents. I feel like if I spent an entire month just exploring Istanbul, I wouldn't see it all. To give you an idea, this is the population of New York City. This is the population of Istanbul. And beyond just the size of Istanbul, Turkey itself is huge. Like the population of Turkey is bigger than the population of any European country. And number 9, this particularly applies for women, but something that shocked me about Turkey was you could wear whatever you want. I thought that even for guys, you might have to dress more conservatively, like wear pants. You know, girls I thought for sure had to wear hijabs, but that wasn't the case at all. Even girls there can wear whatever they want. I'd say about maybe half of the women there wore hijabs, but it was definitely like It was not all of them. The only exception to this is if you're going into a mosque, then you have to cover your legs, take off your shoes, and if you're a girl, put on a hijab, cover your hair. But aside from that, you can wear whatever you want. My first couple days there, I intentionally wore pants and a long sleeve shirt, trying to be like more conservative, but it turns out, didn't need to do that at all. And number 10 is the size of their seagulls. Holy moly, these seagulls in Turkey are enormous. I've never seen seagulls that big. They're like twice the size of our seagulls in America. Matter of fact, there are a lot more things you should know about Turkey, especially if you plan on visiting there, whether it's things not to do, and believe me, there are plenty of things you shouldn't do in Turkey, so that video is linked right over there. I also talk about things I love, hate, things you need to know before you go to Turkey, and all those videos are linked in the description below. So I thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Peace out, y'all.